Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. Today we're going to have an individual reading for Hoshi. And I find his energy pretty interesting already. Usually I like to have two tarot decks, one as the main one and then another one as a clarifier. And he seems to be very concentrated, very minimalistic in a sense. The fewer the better, less is more. And he decided to just use one card. So usually what I like to do is tap into the energy of whoever it is that I am going to read for and check, and then look at my decks and see, okay, like which ones do you want? And there's very few that I'm like, okay, I want to use that one because that's just how my system works. And then yeah, there's others where it's like, okay, I don't care about your system of two tarot decks, I want one. And he seems to be the case, right? But I'm such a rebel. I'm going to have another one just in case there's ever a tarot deck that I'm like, I have no clue. Like if there's ever a card that I have no idea why it popped up or what's the main focus of it, then I will use the ones I just showed you. And let's see. I'm recording this in the day, so it's going to be very noisy and the light will be kind of funky, but we're going to roll with it. He seems to be of the type that is like, hey, focus all of your energy on me and let's get this over with. So yeah, we're going to do that. And on this video, we're going to talk about his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages for him, which we're going to use these cards for. And I think that's it. Let's jump right into it. So let's check his current energy. We have the Magician reverse. I don't know where to put it. Let's leave it there. So with the Magician reverse, I'm guessing that right now he seems of the type that he doesn't really trust in how destiny works. He seems to be more of the type that prefers to work his way through everything. He doesn't seem to believe so much in fate and destiny and things just randomly happening. Like the law of attraction and stuff. I think he seems more of the type that prefers to materialize things because of his hard work than anything. We have the Five of Swords. So there's a chance that he feels very overwhelmed, mentally overwhelmed. We have the Lovers reversed. Okay, all of these cards are reversed, right? So let me think this through a little bit. So to me, it kind of feels like with the Lovers reverse and the Magician reverse is like he seems to be greatly blocked in something. And with the Five of Swords, usually the Five of Swords, I see it as a warning, as be careful. Just because you think you are stable and you've won the battle, it doesn't mean you've won the war. That kind of mentality. And with it being reversed, I have a feeling that there's a chance that maybe he, instead of being cautious about something, he's almost beating himself over the head, like, okay, no, be careful, you need to, what is it called? You need to take care of yourself, don't trust anyone. Then we have the Seven of Cups. So two things. I usually see the Seven of Cups as having a lot of opportunities, but with him there's a chance that he feels like he doesn't have many opportunities. There's a chance that he feels a bit constricted or blocked in a certain type of routine, potentially. And I realized I didn't talk about this, but he has a Lovers reverse. Usually the Lovers is Gemini energy, and I don't know if people are aware, but Hoshi has all of his inner planets are in Gemini, and unless we know the time of birth, we don't really know his rising in Western astrology. Of course, that's the astrology I'm familiar with. So if we knew what his rising was, there's a chance that we will know a couple of things. One, where all of his Gemini energy is concentrated in, and by that I mean what house it's concentrated, which will tell us what area of his life is his main focus. And the other thing is that if we knew his rising, we will either be more scared and realize that he has a Gemini rising, or we will see that it's something else. And then it's like, okay. But yeah, all of the inner planets, which are your sun sign, your moon, your Venus, your Mercury, and your Mars, all of those inner planets show you and tell you everything about the self, all of your personality, or like your drive, how you fall in love, how do you like to feel emotions, how do you communicate, and how other people perceive you. I'm not too sure how familiar Hoshi fans are with Western astrology, but yeah, that's kind of like the main thing, right? And I'm not a big fan of Hoshi per se, so I haven't really delved too much into his outer planets, which will be like the bigger lessons for him in a way. What areas is he transforming in, or how he deals with transformation, or the planets of luck and money, the planet of limitations and hard lessons, or the planet of spirituality and the planet of innovation, stuff like that. Like, I haven't seen his other planet placements, so I have no clue like what's up with him in that sense. But with this, I went on a whole tangent. I really feel it would be interesting to talk about his chart rather than read him some cards, but I still want, he's part of the group, so of course we're going to do everyone, since that is my goal. But with this Gemini energy reverse, I have a feeling that he is perfectly, as if it was a good thing. He seems to be very imbalanced with his energy. With all of his Gemini energy, it's kind of like, I see Gemini as duality. So there's parts of him that are very feminine and other parts of him that are very masculine. But I think that the problem with him could be that he's going so much into his masculine energy that he's not using the feminine part that nurtures him and mothers him and takes care of him. He's using the masculine energy of, I have to get work done, I have to go for this and that energy can be a bit too much and too overwhelming, especially if he is in that level for too long. Let's see what else. And yeah, with the Seven of Cups, I have a feeling that he has fallen into a routine he's not too happy with, or like he needs something to change. And with that Gemini energy, Gemini is a mutable sign, so it's all about change. And I am going with the flow and stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of like, yeah, I want something different to spice things up a bit. I'm going to take one more card out. We have the Page of Pentacles. So it seems like, and it's upright, so there's a chance that he will start to unblock everything once he starts a new project. I don't think he's necessarily stressed with something in relation to his money and finances. I think with the Page of Pentacles, it's something about material things, right? So he seems to be working or starting to make his way through a new project or a new idea, and he's trying to materialize it in a way. I think that's his main focus right now. But I'm going to take out some cards to clarify every single one of them. Okay, I'm going to ask why the Magician is reversed. And then we have the Star reversed. Yeah, the Star is usually about making, wishing on something, not asking, but starting to think, okay, what are my dreams, what is my goal, and all of that. And with the Star reverse, I have a feeling that, again, he seems to not really have faith that stuff is going to happen if he asks for it. Or, the law of cards are so annoying. Or with the law of attraction, he doesn't seem to trust in stuff like that. He seems to be a bit, how do you call it? I took out a card to check more about that. He seems to, not pragmatic, not practical, he seems a bit too detached from the spiritual world, or from, I consider the law of attraction as something spiritual, but it seems like he doesn't really trust in stuff that he can't see. We have the Nine of Cups reversed. So yeah, the Nine of Cups is usually about having a dream come true or being satisfied with something. And with all of those cards right here, it's like there's something that he really, really wants, but he believes he can't get it, or he's blocked in a way that does not help him. We have the Five of Cups to clarify the Five of Swords. So he probably feels alone, or he feels like he doesn't have the support and help that he needs to make something come true. And with the Five of Swords, it kind of tells me that mentality is probably bringing him down a bit. And we have the Page of Swords upright. I feel that he just needs to change his mentality, or or maybe someone is going to come and give him the good news about something that will give him the support that he needs. Why is the Lovers reversed? We have the Page of Cups reverse. So with the Lovers reverse, it could be a couple of things. I tend to not look at the Lovers as a romantic card, but there's a chance that maybe in his romance or in his love life, he is struggling to find a partner, or he's struggling to connect with someone, because we have the Page of Cups reversed, and the Page of Cups is about starting a new beginning, of course, because it's a page. But when it's cups, it's about emotions, it's about spirituality, creativity. So one of two things. Right now he's married to his work and he can't get the creativeness into his work, or there's someone that he likes and he can't really connect with them in an emotional level. And considering that his moon is in Gemini, I'm not surprised that he can't give someone the emotional connection that some people need. He's too airy, so he's very detached in a way. And we have the Four of Swords. So the only way he can get rid of this blocked energy, since it's reversed, usually it means that this energy is blocked or there's an obstacle that's in the way. But with the Four of Swords, it says kind of if he just takes a step back and thinks deeply or even meditates, he will be able to come to terms with what's going on or get a better idea of how to go forward. Seven of Cups reverse. Let's clarify that one. We have the Six of Pentacles. So there's a chance that he feels like there's no opportunities, or he doesn't know what path to take or where to go, because he's waiting for someone to offer something to him, or he feels that he's given a lot more than he can take, because the Six of Pentacles is about give and take. It could also mean you're about to earn a lot of money or get a lot of money out of nowhere. Someone's going to give you money, that type of thing. But since it's reversed, it kind of tells me that he feels again that he has to work for things to happen. And don't get me wrong, even in the law of attraction, when you're like, oh, I want this, you also have to do some work to make it happen. Asking for it sometimes is all the work you have to do to make something possible. But with him, I just feel that he just doesn't believe that he can get things. I mean, we have the Hangman reverse, so he has to change his perspective, and that's kind of what I was feeling with the Page of Swords, that he needs to think of things differently, or someone will tell him, bring him the news that will just shift his perspective. And for the Page of Pentacles, let's see, what is this new project about, or what's going on? So we have Judgment reverse. So the new project is something that will be a bit difficult for him. When you have the Judgment, usually Judgment is a card that tells you about listening to your spiritual side, or listening to your life purpose, or going down the road of your life purpose. And with Judgment reverse, I'm getting that he is one of two things: avoiding it, so he can't go through that path, or he's just not listening. And a lot of people are waking up to the spiritual thing, I guess. I don't really know what to call it, but they're having a spiritual awakening of sorts. And because of that, a lot of people are starting to realize, okay, how can I connect with people on a deeper level? Or how can I start to communicate with people, not only through words and through body movements, but also in an emotional state or a subconscious type of way. I think it's things that people are not fully aware of, but they're probably waking up, and I can feel all of this energy in my head. So he's thinking too much. And then we have the Two of Cups. So I feel that right now he's starting a new project, and with the Judgment reversed, even though he's starting a new project, probably to help him unblock the fact that he's not listening to his subconscious or to that mission that he has to go through. And the Two of Cups is usually the card about lovers, right? So if you have Gemini, if you have the Lovers and the Two of Cups, it usually means love, something in relation to love. So I wouldn't be surprised that there may be someone he's going towards, or I don't know, it's weird, because to me he seems as someone that thinks a lot about himself, not necessarily because he's selfish, as much as that's the only thing he knows how to do. I felt a big how do I explain this? To me, he feels like someone that thinks so much and just acts for himself, and he seems to, I don't think he knows how to work well with other people. It's either, oh jeez. The sound outside was scary. Anyways, but with him, it seems like he's so self-centered in a way. I don't want to sound like I'm being mean to him, but I don't think this is about another person. But we'll see. When we get to his love life, we'll figure out what's going on with him. But I feel that with it's more about connecting with himself. With the Two of Cups, some people see it as twin flames, soulmates, or that type of connection, right? But with me, I'm starting to feel that it's more about him connecting to parts of himself. I feel it's a lot about his feminine and his masculine side, being able to nurture himself without the need of other people, but also not have the energy of being so on people's faces, because that's how I see the masculine energy, very overwhelming, very straightforward, very bald, just going and doing stuff and taking action, maybe with being a bit reckless in that sense, or maybe not. It's caring and loving for people in a very detached way, and I think that's kind of like the thing for him. So usually I don't take that many cards out, so seeing all of these cards tells me that he's thinking a lot, his energy is moving a lot, and considering that he's such a Gemini, I'm not surprised that we got so many cards that were kind of like, hey, I'm thinking of doing this, and that. Very scattered energy, not grounded at all in that sense. I don't think he's going through anything super bad as much as he's probably thinking, hey, I want this to happen, but then it's not working in the way that he would have wanted to, so then it's kind of like, okay, so what do we do now? I feel like that's kind of like the energy he has. So now let's get into his career. So I said that he wants to start a new project, but I wonder if it's in relation, if it has a connection to his career, or if it has anything to do with maybe love. Who knows? Maybe that could be about something else. So we have Mercury. Whatever he's doing in his career it's about communication. We have Libra, Air. Is Gemini going to come out? Here, I'll take an Aquarius if that's the case. And Aries. Okay, never mind. I was like, okay. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini and Virgo. So very mental energy, very, how do you call it? Mercury is all about communication as well. So his career, one of the things that he focuses on is communication. His career is probably a way that helps him balance his energy, probably a way where he can give to people in the most selfish way possible. What do I mean by that? I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean it in the way where you're so happy doing what you like and you love it so much that just by doing what you love, it's giving to other people. You are like the example to what other people should be doing, which is do what they like to do. Or by just simply existing, he is being of service to other people. He is a type that loves to give a lot of energy to people because he feels himself with that energy. He's not necessarily like giving it away as a sacrifice as some other people might do, but with him it's kind of like he feels himself with so much energy and becomes this bubble of pure solar plexus energy. Hence the reason why I have like yellow stones right here. The solar plexus is all about confidence and self-love in that sense. And he seems to just feel himself a bubble of like this yellow light, and then boom, it just explodes and it hits everybody else around him in a way that just fills them with happiness and joy and healing in that sense. So he's balancing himself in a way where he gives a lot to people by just giving a lot to himself. And with that, air is all about communication, it's about moving the flow, just definitely not grounded. I'll tell you that. He is not grounded in any way. If we see anything in Pentacles, it's usually earth, but with him it's just like material things. It's not necessarily like trying to ground personality, and seems like he's just trying to, with all of his Gemini, he's just trying to learn how to communicate. He's trying to learn how to give to himself and that type of thing, right? But air, more communication. Libra is also an air sign, so more communication in that sense. And then we have Aries. So he seems to just be focusing all of his energy into his career. And remember how I said balance? Libra is known for balance, but Libra is the opposite of Aries, and Aries is all about the self. It's all about me, myself, and I, the first house of the self, of how you perceive yourself, how you take care of yourself, and things like that. And Libra is all about the other in relation to relationships. Could be friendship, but people usually think about it as your partner. So whatever it is that he wants to give to others, and stuff like that, right? Usually Aries is the first house and Libra is the seventh, which is opposite houses, one about the self, one about the other. I'm organizing my thoughts right now. And Aries is very impulsive energies. Like, if they get mad, boom, they take it all out in that instant, and then done. And then Libra, the way that they will deal with being mad or something is by letting it simmer down and bottling it up to maintain harmony. And that could bite Libra in the ass, and just boom, just exploding once after being overwhelmed with anger, with pent up anger. Let's see. Okay. So with that Aries, I just wanted to say that he seems to just be taking constant action in his career. So, right, I mean, he's a singer, right? So that Aries tells me that he's just going with the flow. I mean, I mentioned going with the flow in air, but Aries is all about just being impulsive, maybe reckless, focusing all of your energy in one action, constantly taking action, because it's a fire sign. Aries is all about the self, I guess. I don't know what else to say. So communication and taking action in his career, very important. His career helps him balance things. Probably stuff in relation to himself. Let's see if there's any messages. Angel of Song. Okay, so seems like when he sings, when he dances, when he's communicating, he's telling a story, and it seems like it's all about stories about himself in a way. We have the Angel of Night. So there's a chance that he gets his inspiration, or he connects a lot with himself at night. And what I mean by that is that maybe when he's about to go to sleep, he starts thinking, what do I want? What do I want to do? Is this okay with me? Is this not okay with me? Stuff like that. Let's see. Oh, okay. And we have Angel of Vengeance. So there's a chance that with this Angel of Vengeance, there's a lot of things that he Aries, to me that seems like a very angry energy right now, but not angry angry as in like you're full of passion, you just want to do things, show yourself that you're capable of doing what you want, that type of energy. He seems like to be a very hot air, so just moving in what could be a very reckless way. So what do we see for Hoshi's career? Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I don't think he's worried about money necessarily. It's not the 10, it's the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles will show that he is pretty satisfied with his money. He seems to be pretty fortunate in that sense. Yeah, I don't think he's worried about money at all. Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, again, being a messenger, but this is the second time I think he got it. Let me check. He got it earlier. Oops. Let's see. Page of Swords twice. So Page of Swords, I think he's barely learning how to communicate in a way that he's satisfied with. I think he's barely learning how to say what he wants and how he wants it in a way that he's satisfied with it. Or he is barely growing into himself, he's slowly maturing his energy to be able to communicate properly. I think that there's many things that he's like, oh, I want to say this, I want to say that, but it was very surface level. I think he's finally learning how to be a bit deeper. I mean, he's a Gemini. How deep can you get when you only have Gemini? That's very fleeting energy in that sense. So we have Death. He seems to almost be done with a transformation that he's going through, or he's struggling with a transformation. Death is all about transformation. It's all about rebirth. it's all about that phoenix rising of going through something difficult, like getting rid of a certain mentality, and then after you let go of all that doesn't serve you and that doesn't work for you, you finally embrace your power. And then we have the King of Wands, which is Aries energy, and the King of Wands is kind of telling me that because he was able to let go of something, he has the ability to empower his masculine energy and empower all of the fire and passion within him. And I don't really need to say this because I think it's pretty obvious that Hoshi is a very passionate person. He seems to really like his work and his career, and I mean, when he dances and stuff, it kind of shows that he likes to do that. He is content with just dancing around and performing and stuff. We have the Sun reversed, so the Sun and Death. Even though the transformation he could be going through could be a bit difficult, seems like he's being pretty optimistic about it. I mean, the Sun reversed, even if it's reversed, it's a pretty good card. It's pretty optimistic in a way, but it feels that with it being reversed, it's like, okay, yeah, things will get better, things will be good, but he has this energy of fake it till you make it. He's like, okay, everything will be good, everything's great, but he's not feeling it entirely yet. He's like going through that. I feel like my throat clamping up in a way that makes me think that there is something that he's still struggling to communicate. I think he can't really, even though he's maturing, but he's in a Page energy, so he's in that baby stage of barely realizing how to communicate, how to open up. And I feel that could be the reason as to why I feel like my throat, like if someone was grabbing my throat and was like, eh, and then my throat chakra, by the way. So there's like this bit of my energy, of my throat, just kind of like if someone's pinching it, like, and I feel like if I was losing my voice, which I think is funny because I was perfectly fine before that. I mean, I was talking to my bird like nothing. I mean, she wanted food, so there's not much she said besides, give me food, human. And I was like, yes, you'll get your food. Why is the Sun reversed? So it seems like even though he's very passionate and going forward towards something, kind of entering that energy of himself, he is not really entering his full potential. Seems like with him it's still pretty superficial in a way. So he's using his career as a way to avoid something. Because the High Priestess to me is all about, how should I put it? It's all about loving yourself and taking care of yourself. The High Priestess is moon energy, and the moon is all about feelings, emotions, and death is Pluto. No. Yes. Well, it's Scorpio energy. And the Sun is the Sun. Duh. Of course, duh. That makes sense. Right? So, to me, it feels like there's a part of himself that he kind of resents. And what I mean by resent is, like, I don't think he is being completely honest with himself. All of these are major arcana cards, and they're all reversed. And usually major arcana cards are they are like main checkpoints in your life that you have to go through. Is it's a journey, a cycle that you have to go through, because life works in cycles sometimes. Lessons that you have to learn. And with him, since they're all reversed, I feel like he's using his career and his work and his job as a way to not focus that energy in himself. He's using it to just take out all the energy he is putting in himself, but he's not internalizing anything and processing anything in a way that will help him heal something that he seems to be avoiding. So how is this energy affecting his career, or how does it show in his career? The Queen of Pentacles, another King of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Interesting. So here we have another King of Wands, so let's put him right here. So how is it affecting him? Okay, so since he's trying to distract himself and avoid a big lesson that he has to go through, he's just taking it out, full passion in his career. So what do I mean by that? You know how there's some people that instead of focusing on themselves, they just take it out on other people. And it doesn't always have to be in a bad way. Sometimes it could be like, oh, let me pay attention to you and give all my energy and all my passion, and they're so on your face to the point that it's so blurry that it's so blurry it's so blurry that you can't see what they're actually trying to hide. It's like when someone is trying to lie to you, and in the way that they're lying to you is by saying a bunch of things, and they're talking and talking and talking, and inside you're like, okay, I didn't even ask, so why are you talking so much? And I feel like that's the big issue with him. He's so passionate in everything that he attracts people that don't see beyond that surface level, and because they don't see beyond it, he's able to, in a way, lie to himself that everything's okay and there's nothing wrong with him. And okay, yeah, I don't think there's nothing wrong with him in the sense that could be detrimental, as much as he's just ignoring a part of himself that he needs to nurture and take care of. And the Queen of Pentacles reverse tells me that he is not he has given so much to other people that he has forgotten how to take care of himself and give to himself. The Queen of Pentacles upright sometimes means a woman or a feminine energy, a motherly type of energy that takes care of people, that heals other people, that nurtures other people. But with it being reversed, it feels like he needs to start taking care of himself. He needs to stop thinking of other people and take care of himself in a way that is nurturing, that is healing him. So in a healing way, not in the way of, I mean, he's not mean to other people. I think he just is not nice to himself. He's too critical of himself. He's too hard on himself and stuff like that, in a way that he's starting to resent I don't think other people. There's a chance that he's just resenting or not liking the situation he's in, which was the was it with the Magician? There was a card that triggered that idea in me. And we have the Page of Wands upright. So I don't think he has necessarily taken action in healing himself, because I don't think he has even noticed that that's the issue. I think that he's still giving a lot more to other people and overcompensating to the fact that he's just draining himself more and more, because he's not realizing that what he has to do is take care of himself. There it was the Six of Pentacles reversed in the previous area that we in his current energy, because I feel that he is giving so much to other people that he's not realizing that he needs to give the same amount to himself, and not necessarily ask for other people to give that to him. As much as it is, he needs to notice that he needs to give that to himself before he can give to others. So like that he doesn't feel like it's a sacrifice or it's a routine or it's a thing that he has to do to give to others. I think he needs to do that so like that he can continue giving to other people, because it comes from the heart. It comes from the self. It comes from that area. So it's time for him to take a step back, or to start taking action and taking care of himself, rather in giving other people. I know that Hoshi says he's a tiger, but we have a lion, the closest thing we'll have. Wait a minute, I just forgot. Usually I plan and think before I go through like these readings, right? I'm like, okay, what crystals will they like? What cards will they like? Let me listen to their energy and connect to them. And one of the things that I wanted to do was just have the hangman, which is a tiger, out the whole time, even if it doesn't come out, but it did come out, so we're just gonna leave it at a corner somewhere. I think I'll leave it there. We're just gonna leave it there. Anyways, in honor of his tiger agenda, we're gonna leave a tiger right there, but we have a lion here, so let's move to another cat. Feline? Is that what they're called? Felines? And this is I'm thinking of Leo energy, but the King of Wands is Aries energy. And I have a feeling that he has a lot of pride. He finds his career as something he's very passionate about, but also something that gives him a lot of pride and power. Something that heals and rubs his self-esteem in the good way. It's like, ooh, you're doing great, life is going forward in a good way. And because of that, I feel like he's kind of blinding himself to the fact that he has to take care of himself. And it's good and bad in a way that it's good that he's doing something he likes. It's bad that because of this, he's ignoring the big long shadow of the spotlight he's under. He's not realizing that there's work that he has to do from the inside out. And yeah, that's the imagery that I'm getting. He's under the spotlight and he's shining very, very brightly, but he's ignoring the shadow that is with him. And it's not a bad thing. This shadow is just the things that he doesn't like about himself, or the things that he is struggling to deal with. And one of the things that he may not like about himself is that he's not taking care of himself. It's kind of like he's an abandoned child. Who can't nurture him and be taken care of. That's kind of what it feels like. He is just not taking care of himself because he's focusing a lot of his energy in his career and in other people and in giving, and he's not taking. Like, people love him and everything, but I don't think that's what he needs. He just needs to love himself. And yeah, that's the angel of vengeance. It's kind of like you wish for something, but then you don't realize the consequences of your dreams. It's like, okay, your dream came true. You asked for it, but you don't realize that there's a price to be paid when you ask for stuff like that, right? Or when you ask for a dream or a wish to come true, you don't realize that there's work that has to be done. Something like that. I don't know. But anyways, enough about his career. Let's get into his love life. We had the Lovers and the Two of Cups, so let's see what we're going to get this time. So we're going to take some zodiac cards to get the general idea or energies, the external energies influence in his love life. Let's go with that. External energies. We have Neptune, so all of the unknown. We have Leo, the energy about confidence and pride. Taurus. I'm struggling to say it for some reason. We have all about the material in a way. Okay, this one. And then we have Scorpio. Reversed. Of course. I say of course. He's suppressing his sexual energy. That could be it. That could be one thing. And Taurus and Scorpio are opposites, so wow. Interesting, right? Let's see. Let me get a little bit in depth with this energy. So the external things that are getting in the way of his love life, I guess, it's Neptune energy. So Neptune is all about the unknown, addictions, mystery, spirituality, beliefs, stuff like that. So with the Neptune energy, I am feeling that he is, it could be it's weird, right? It's like if someone was here and was like, oh, I think he's looking for this, and then I'm like, yes, but you don't hear the other side. So it seems like what he's looking for is, let me bring it up. He seems to had a feeling this was gonna happen with him, but he seems like, sorry if I move your camera. Woohoo. He seems like the type that actually likes to look at at the small details, and with him, I feel that he wants to connect with someone in a very, very deep level. Since he gives him the superficial side of himself in his career, he wants to reach very deep grounds with someone in an emotional state. And what I mean by that is that there's a chance that he wants to settle down with someone, or he is waiting to be with a person that he can just connect in a very deep level. And I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of people are waking up spiritually, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking for his counterpart, or he's looking for someone that will understand him in a way that no one else would. And with this, I also feel that he's also in an industry that kind of asks for one of two things. You end up with someone because they understand where you're coming from, or you start looking for someone that feels that satisfied all of the things, all of your needs in a way that nobody else can, because you're in an industry that has shown you a lot of one side, a lot of the superficial side. I feel that's very important, right? And I see all of this blue, so I feel that he starts with, I want someone that I can connect in a very deep spiritual level. And we have Leo. Usually people don't talk about Leo this way. Hold up. So Leo is in a way a hopeless romantic. Leo is about confidence, pride. Some people see Leo as self-centered, but I get along with Leos as a fellow air sign. And Leo is not an air sign, it's a fire sign. But I get along with Leos in a way where I tend to always get the generous side of Leos. Like, I don't mind when someone is like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm great, I'm above everyone. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, you pat yourself in the back, it's okay. I'm okay with that, right? Because just because there's people that talk a lot about how great they are, it doesn't mean that they're like mean or anything. It's just that they like to hype themselves up, or that's just how they are, and you just go like, yes, I like your honesty, props to you. And that's it. It doesn't have to affect your person, because you're like, I'm cool with myself too. I don't need to be offended by the fact that someone loves themselves, right? And I feel that that's like a part of Leo that people don't really go too much in depth with, and that could be an issue with him. There's a chance that there's some people that don't like him because he's too much. And by what I mean by too much is that his energy is so masculine that it's on everyone's face. It's kind of like he enters the room and boom, noisy, boom, too much. But I feel that the other part of Leo is that Leos are very romantic. They're known to be very romantic. Also Taurus is very, very romantic. Hopeless romantics as well. Could be, yeah, maybe. Both. Oh no. Nothing bad. I just said oh no because I just realized Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio are Fitz signs. If we had Aquarius somewhere in here, boom, very Fitz energy. So he has very strong values of what he wants in a partner, and it seems like he's asking to be with someone that is very, very stable, someone that is very principled, someone that is like, this is the person I am, and you deal with it or you don't. That type of person, very sassy in a way. Not necessarily a mean person, I'll say that, because he has Taurus and Leo, so he's looking for someone that is very generous, someone that gives a lot, someone that is very nice, very presentable, beautiful, because Taurus I see as a beautiful card. Not the card itself, but beautiful energy. I mean, I'm surrounded by Tauruses. And Taurus is also ruled by Venus, so beauty, luxury. And Leo is ruled by the sun, so someone that shines a lot. Seems like he wants someone like that too. And Scorpio seems like his energy, his sexual energy is blocked. And what I mean by that is that I don't think he's having too much I'm trying to tap into the energy. There's a chance that he's a lot more focused on the intellectual part of someone, that I don't think he has thought much about the physical connection with someone. So sex. I think that with him it's more about the mental connection, and in a way, because of Neptune, the spiritual connection he has to someone than the physical one. I don't think he's thinking much of like, oh, we need to have a good night out, or we need to have a great time in bed. Not at all. I think he's more not pure, that's no, more as in like he seems to be more about the romantic side of it, or yeah, romantic side, because that's what I was going with Leo. Leo is a very romantic card, and it seems like he just is thinking about the romance part of love over anything else. Okay, let's see. What else is there for Hoshi's love life? Okay. So we have the Two of Wands and the Emperor reversed. So I think, okay, so the Emperor, again, is Aries energy, and we had 3 cards that were Aries in his career. So what I feel is that what he's looking for is that in his love life, he wants to finally put his defenses down. Finally let go of that passionate Aries energy and connect with someone that will give him the world. Because the Two of Wands is about expansion. It's about it's kind of like feeling in control. So I think he's looking for a partner that will be able to see beyond the surface level. Someone that will able to connect with him in a way that people tend not to, because they don't go beyond. Haha, tiger. Oof. I don't know how people are. I trust that I will attract people that know what I'm saying, but I also understand that some random people will stumble upon my videos and might take my words the wrong way. We have the Ten of Swords. So it seems like he wants to find someone that he can be vulnerable with. And someone that is also very determined. Okay, so the Ten of Swords is usually... I'll just leave this one here. Who cares if you can see it? So the Ten of Swords is about someone that feels very burdened and overwhelmed and mentally exhausted. Someone that is thinking so much and is being so overwhelmed by their thoughts that they don't really know what's up. It's like it's killing them. And with this Ten of Swords, I feel that he's looking for someone that is so stable, so nurturing, and someone that looks at him from beyond the surface level, so like that he can just open up and say, look, life fucking sucks. And we have right here, like, I don't know if you've noticed, I've never really talked about this, but right here we have the Sun in Gemini. So someone that he can just put his defenses down, because we also have the Emperor reverse, and I just felt like he just wants to be with someone that he can just relax and be like, oh, this is who I am. I don't think he's necessarily lying about who he is, as much as he seems to be a very private person in that sense. It is like, let me show you this bubbly, passionate side of me, so like that you don't go beyond that. I don't think he's very open in that sense. And then we have the Chariot reverse, so Cancer energy. Someone that is potentially very caring and home-like and friendly in a way, but maybe shy and conservative. Not conservative in someone that keeps to themselves, very private as well, because Scorpio is also a water sign, so very private energy, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, so another water sign. So where was I getting at? Oh, with the Chariot reversed, I've been getting that card a lot for other reasons, and it's always about, you know, trying to concentrate your energy one way, stop scattering your energy towards different things. And with the Chariot reversed, for him, I feel that he's just looking for someone that knows exactly what they want. Maybe someone that likes to travel, potentially, or doesn't like to travel. Maybe someone that likes to just settle down and set roots in one place. I mean, I do see Taurus energy as someone that is very traditional. I mean, not necessarily, but sometimes, because, yeah, very traditional, very grounded, with a fixed energy, very principled. I mean, I mentioned someone that is like, this is who I am, if you like it, take it, and if not, leave. It seems like he wants someone that is very, very strong in that sense. Someone that does not like to be told what to do, and someone that, someone like that, I don't know. Why would he like someone like that? I'm not too sure. Probably because he struggles to, he struggles with meaningless relationships. What do I mean? Relationships that don't have much of a foundation, and this person will be able to give him the opposite of that, and it's a relationship filled with so many connections beyond the physical that he just seems to want someone like that, someone that can give him something he has never experienced and seen in his life, and in a good way. And whoever it is that he's looking for is someone that he probably wants to settle down with. Geminis are not necessarily known for commitment. They like to be free in that sense. Doesn't mean that they won't settle down. It's just that it's harder for them to settle down. So yeah, let's leave that there. And let's just go very quickly over any healing messages for him. Let's see. We got a lot of like, you need to focus on yourself and stuff, but let's just go over the healing messages and see what we get. Let me put these cards away, and boom. Healing messages for Hoshi. Oh. Now it's a lucky time. So I think that card is just kind of saying, oh, you know how you had the magician reverse? You know how you had so many cards reversed? Just trust that life is going to give you what you need and what you want. Just ask for it and you'll get it. Oh my goodness. We have the whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Yeah, I feel that he gets very impatient and very desperate, and that's why he just works very hard to make things happen. And then time for a deep dive. The whole idea of looking deep within himself and stopping and leaving behind all of the surface level connections. Thug spirit. Be loyal to what you love. Yeah, so it's the whole idea of like, yes, if you're passionate about your career and you want to do that, go ahead, but also make sure that you also take care of yourself, right? So be doing what you like in a way that you are satisfied with, not in a way that, oh, I have to do this, this is routine, this is just life. And then we have the panther spirit with reclaim your power, that whole idea of loving himself and taking care of himself and nurturing himself. That's like the thing. Let's take out 2 more cards. Just 2 more. Co-create with spirit. Let's leave it here. So he has to connect with himself so that he's able to communicate maturely. That's what we got with his career. Really geese. A lot of cards just fell. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take 1 more, and we'll call it a day. Dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. That gentle touch. What is that gentle touch? The fact that he has to heal himself. Anyways, so what I was trying to say is that all he needs to do is, my sound got kind of weird, so I had to fix it real quick before going back. And with the bring a gentle touch, I feel like he just has to learn how to nurture and heal himself and take care of himself in a very motherly, feminine type of way. All people have a feminine and masculine energy, and all he has to do is just connect to the other side of himself so he can balance it and then be perfectly fine with himself and heal. So yeah, I'll leave it up to there. The next person, well, the next 2 people are going to be from Red Velvet, which will be Wendy. So look forward to that video on the next one. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. I think we went very in depth in some other things that we don't really need those healing messages. We gave them to him earlier. So yeah, I'll leave that there. So see you on the next one. Bye.